What is going on, everybody? My name is Kevin Smith. It is Halloween, October 31st, 2024. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Obviously, you all see I am in costume today for Halloween. I want to thank Joe Biden for calling us all garbage because it led to, first off, it led to maybe the greatest troll of all time. But more importantly, it led to me securing the cheapest Halloween costume I've had in my entire life. So I want to thank Joe Biden and all of his complete and utter nonsense for that. I promise you guys, it's the trash bag Halloween costume. Also, we're going to go over all the news of the day. Obviously, Chinese non-citizens voting in Michigan. Governor Phil Murphy takes the top spot as the dumbest, most ignorant governor in America. FEMA declines to pay linesmen for all of their hard work during the hurricane. And also, we've got two more stories about illegal immigrants raping people, because why wouldn't we have that story on a day-to-day basis? Also, we finally got an explanation from Joe Rogan about why Kamala Harris did not sit down for the interview with him. And it turns out it's because she sucks. It's because she sucks. Before we get started today, everybody, hit that thumbs up button. Share the video out all over the place. Want to say hello to everybody watching today. Alma Hicks, how are you? Kathy, how are you? Lisa, how are you? Mike Stetson, what's happening? Jeanette, hello, hello. Want to welcome everybody in from all of the platforms. Guys, make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button. Share this video out all over the place. Share this video out all over the place. Sorry, everybody. I was just doing my impression of the Yankees. Last night. Garrett Cole, how do you not cover first base? I don't even like the Yankees, and I'm furious at your lack of fundamentals. Nonsense. Just cover first base. Michelle, how are you? K-Mac, what's going on? Cubs fan, how are you? Did anybody else see that calamity last night? What was that, in the fifth inning? The Yankees really blew that one, let me tell you guys. Garrett Cole, $350 million. Can't cover first base. It's not that hard, guys. Shout out to the McGroin crew in the chat. Haven't seen you guys in a while. Happy Halloween to everyone in the chat. We are going to jump right on in because it turns out CNN beginning to say the quiet part out loud. What do I mean by that? Well, yesterday we covered the fact that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Virginia not allowing illegal immigrants to vote in their elections. What a thought. What an absolute thought. Well, CNN admitted that maybe now that illegal immigrants cannot vote, Donald Trump may win.
Breaking news now. The Supreme Court is allowing Virginia to purge suspected non-citizen voter registrations. This is a big decision from the Supreme Court. Just came in moments ago. I want to go straight to CNN's Paula Reed. Paula, what can you tell us?
Jim, this is incredibly significant because this is one of the court's first significant decisions ahead of next week's election. Here, they are allowing the state of Virginia to continue with a program that will purge suspected non-citizens from its voter registration rolls. Now, this is a bit of a surprise because the trial court and the appellate court sided with the Biden administration that objected to this purge, saying that the state cannot, under federal law, remove large groups of people from the voter rolls within 90 days of an election, though there is nothing stopping them from investigating individual voters and removing them from the voter rolls. Now, former President Trump has seized on this issue in Virginia, as have other Republicans, as a way that they should be able to remove suspected non-citizens, calling it sort of a common sense move. And here, a court divided across partisan lines, siding with Republicans. Now, Governor Youngkin, who is implementing or attempting to implement implement this program. He has issued a statement saying, quote, "This is a victory for common sense and election fairness."
Yeah, common sense and election fairness. That foreign nationals don't vote in our elections. What a mesmerizing thought that is. What a notion that might be, that we don't allow citizens of other countries to vote in our elections. Why would anyone be upset about that unless there was some sort of shenanigans going on? Alas, we cannot accept that Governor Youngkin wants to do that, because we're told by the geniuses over at CNN, who allow half the country to be called Nazis while not allowing Ryan Gradusky to make what is an objectively hilarious statement about Mehdi Hassan's beeper going off. If you don't want to be called a terrorist, don't side with terrorists. But we've got a story out of Michigan that a non-citizen from China has been charged with casting a ballot in Michigan. His vote still counts. Y'all ready for this? A Chinese student at the University of Michigan was charged on Wednesday after he allegedly voted early on Sunday despite being a non-citizen, according to the Detroit News, which added that the Chinese nationals' vote will still count. The Michigan Democrat Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson and the Washtenaw, probably mispronouncing that, Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office revealed 2 charges against a 19-year-old student who was not identified in a statement on Wednesday. While the Chinese national is in the country illegally on a green card, he is not a U.S. citizen. But according to the Secretary of State's office, the Chinese student successfully obtained a ballot and cast his vote at an early voting location. The Chinese student reportedly contacted the local clerk's office after voting and asked if he could get his ballot back. Unbelievable. Michigan voter ID law allow people to show current student ID cards from an educational institution. The law also allows people to sign an affidavit attesting that they are not in possession of a photo ID. Michigan, of course, is a crucial battleground state in the upcoming election and has been the focus of the campaign by both presidential candidates. The Chinese student was charged with perjury, making a false statement on an affidavit for the purpose of securing voter registration and being an unauthorized elector who attempted to vote. According to the Detroit News, attempting to vote as an unauthorized elector is punishable by up to 4 years in prison, while perjury could result in 15. I have a feeling this person probably won't get anything. And why would they get anything? Why would they get anything? For this is the world we live in. We import the totality of the third world, and then we allow them to vote in our elections. But never fear, people, never fear, because some people are starting to catch on. Some people are beginning to catch on that maybe historical trends are showing things not going well for the Kamala Harris campaign. We're going to get to that in 1 second. Before we do, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Share the video out all over the place. I want to know what you guys think of my Halloween costume. Kevin, they are generalizing Long Island schools with BOCES. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they are. I want to know what you guys think of my Halloween costume as we keep moving and grooving here. What do we got? What do we got? Bobby, thank you so much. Going to bingo tonight. Let me pop this on the screen so everybody can see your Rumble rants coming up on the screen. Where is it? Boom. There we go. Let's see. Bobby going to bingo tonight wearing a garbage bag. Thanks for the idea. Kevin, are you putting on more weight? You look a little hefty. You know what? That's the only time I'm going to allow that crap to happen. That's the only time I'm going to allow that comment to be made. Guys, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know what you think about. We got a big show today. Spot on costume, says Debbie. My uncle also likes it as well. My uncle also likes it as well. Angel Grandmother, how are you? Guys, make sure you tag a friend in the comments of this video. Make sure you're sharing the URL out. Share the video out. Let's get these numbers up. It is garbage day. So, we all saw it yesterday. Donald Trump with the most excellent troll I've ever seen in my entire life, hanging out inside of a garbage truck after Joe Biden called us all garbage. That's why I'm wearing a garbage bag today. But some people, and I want to make this very clear for the idiots out there on X, on Facebook, we are fully aware that Donald Trump is not, in fact, a garbage man. Because after his McDonald's episode, after his time working the fryer at McDonald's, many people wanted to let us know that he actually didn't, in fact, work for McDonald's, and it was a photo op, to which the rest of us said, no shit. Well, the exact same thing happened, but Donald Trump showed up on stage last night in Wisconsin and let everybody know why he was not in his traditional blue suit and red tie. He had the red tie, but he was wearing something a little bit different.
So this outfit, you know, is when he called us all garbage. How stupid. What a stupid word. That blows deplorable away, don't you think? Of course, I thought irredeemable when she said deplorable or irredeemable. I thought irredeemable was actually worse, but deplorable seemed to catch up. But this garbage stuff blows it away. So I'm in this beautiful plane. I'm enjoying myself. Have a wonderful suit on. And one of my people came in and said, "Sir, you know, the word garbage is the hottest thing right now out there. The hottest thing out there. Sir, would you like to drive a garbage truck?" Now, we're about, 30 minutes from landing. We had to do this pretty quick. I said, it's sort of cool, though, isn't it? Because, and I said, I think that's okay, but, I don't feel comfortable wearing a suit. And they pulled up this garbage truck. I don't know how the hell they did it so fast. I have very capable people. They put a big sign on the truck. Did you see it? I think they showed it. Yeah. And then they said, "Sir, we have a vest." I said, "Well, should I leave my suit on and put it over the vest?" But that doesn't look very good, right? That doesn't look good. So I said, "All right, look, let me take it off." And then I actually said, I climbed into the truck, but so I said, "How the hell do you get into this truck? It's way up high. It's a big one." This was a beauty. I said, "You didn't have to buy it that big, right? You have to get it that big?" They brought this brand new, gorgeous truck, wonderful driver. He looked like Cary Grant in his prime. You know who that is? This beautiful driver. And he drove that big thing up. And I said, "Man, this is bad, because now I have all the cameras are all watching. Look at all the fake news. They were most of them." No, most of them. Many of them were there, and I'm saying, oh, boy. One little mistake with these guys and your political career is over. You can't even. So I said, man, if I don't get up there, this is going to be very embarrassing. These stupid people, they'll say, he's cognitively and physically impaired. And I can't do that when I'm alongside of this great athlete. I got to get up to that. So look, the first stair is like up here. I'm saying, shit. So I had the adrenaline going and I made it. I made it. And then I gave a little news conference from the front of they asked their wise guy questions and everything. And then we drove about 2 feet. I got out, got into the plane. And then I got in the car, and I'm driving over here, and I have this still on. And I come into the arena, and I say, "Where's my jacket? I want to get out of this thing." And they said, "It would be unbelievable if you could wear it on stage." I said, And I said, no way. I got 25,000 people standing outside. I got all these people here. There's no way I'm wearing it on stage. They said, oh, okay, sir. I said, get me my jacket. But if you did, you know, it actually makes you look thinner. I said, oh. And they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage. When they said I look thinner, I said, in that case, I'll wear it on stage. I may never wear a blue jacket again. I may go in this. I said that was the word, that was the key. Sir, you look thinner. So anyway, so we had a little fun about a very serious subject. We had a little fun about a time where our country is not having a lot of fun because we're not doing well as a country, but we're going to be doing well very shortly. I promise you that.
I mean, how do you not love this guy? How do you not love this guy? First off, that whole story is absolutely hilarious. That's number one. But number two, that's just funny. And I do appreciate the fact that he was able to climb up into the garbage truck, unlike Joe Biden, who can't bend over to tie his shoes. Now, apparently I should have taken the president's advice today when he said that the vest was slimming and made him look skinnier, because I can certainly tell you that this garbage bag is not doing me any favors. This garbage bag is certainly not doing me any favors. That's for damn sure. Not happening. Some people, though, doing us huge favors, would be Joe Rogan, which we'll get to in 1 second. Before we do, Mike Lindell.
You're still looking good.
I'm still feeling good. You know, I've got all your MyPillow products. Mattress topper, bed sheets, MyPillows, towels, slippers, blankets, sleepwear, dog beds.
Whoa, Charles. Everyone now can get MyPillow products at huge discounts at MyPillow.com. That's right. Now's the time to go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our 3-in-1 sale. We're bringing you exciting new products, overstock specials, and closeout deals you won't find anywhere else. For example, when you buy one of our brand new MyPillow 2.0s, you get another one absolutely free. And with our overstock sale, you save 50% on our luxurious Giza Dream bed sheets. That's as low as $29.99 for the best sheets ever. And with our biggest closeout special, you get our all-season slippers for only $35. Or our sandals and slides for just $25. Quantities are limited, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Guys, head on over to MyPillow.com, promo code LOUD. That's MyPillow.com, promo code LOUD for up to 80% off everything on the website. That's MyPillow.com, promo code LOUD. What's going on, everybody? Happy Halloween. We got big numbers all across the board. I hope you guys are liking the outfit. Angela Riggs, how are you? How are you? Debbie, how are you? Don Ventura, how are you? Very excited as we continue to move forward in this election cycle. Very exciting stuff. Joe Rogan is doing us a whole boatload of favors. A whole boatload of favors as he reveals what actually happened. What actually happened with the Kamala Harris interview, which sheds some light on the fact that she absolutely, positively sucks. He said that Kamala Harris had an open invitation on his show anytime she was in the area. And, of course, she did a campaign stop in Texas for Colin Allred against Ted Cruz. Now, I want to make something very clear here. She made certain demands. Now, there is a way to turn down an interview without actually turning down an interview. The way you do it is you make such outrageous demands that the person interviewing you has no choice but to decline. Everyone knows. You want to do Joe Rogan, you do his studio. You do 3 hours. You BS back and forth. Kamala Harris didn't want that. Here was Joe Rogan's explanation.
Nothing going on.
Well, I heard you might have needed to cancel on us to get Kamala Harris on.
I was not going to do that. I would have had to. I knew you guys flew from England, and I wasn't going to cancel on you because she had an opportunity to come in. you could look at this and you say, oh, you're being a diva. But she had an opportunity to come here when she was in Texas, and I literally gave them an open invitation. I said, anytime. I said, if she's done at 10 o'clock, we'll come back here at 10 o'clock. I go, I'll do it at 9 in the morning. I'll do it at 10 p.m. I'll do it at midnight. If she's up. She wants to, drink a Red Bull, fucking party on.
Yeah, but I think this idea that you're being a diva is silly because you're offering her the opportunity to do exactly what the other candidate did, right?
Well, she actually reached out when she found out that he was coming on. So their camp reached out to me. So I said, great, I would love to talk to her. But it was very difficult to tie it down, and they wanted to travel. And see, the thing is, like, you can't, if I go somewhere, then there's going to be other people in the room. And they want to control a lot of things, I'm sure, according to the Brett Breyer interview on Fox. Like, people were waving him off. That's a distraction. People in the room, like, my whole goal with her and with him is just talk. Just have a conversation like a human being. You find out things about people. You get a sense of them, at least, a real sense. That was it. I don't give a fuck what we talk about. I really don't. I just want to talk to you. Who the fuck are you?
And shout out to the Trigonometry guys. For those of you who don't know, those guys are two podcasters from across the pond, as they would say, from across the pond. They actually do great work on their show. I'm a huge fan of theirs. Actually, I'll show you guys real quick. I met them at the Madison Square Garden rally. But as you can see, Kamala Harris had every opportunity to go on the most watched television show, the most watched podcast in the world, but she decided that she just couldn't find the time. She obviously wanted people in the room with her. Oh, here it is. Can I get this up here real quick? Here it is. There you go. There's me and the Trigonometry guys outside of the Garden. Francis Foster and Konstantin Kisin, great guys. But yeah, so they obviously had preconditions. This is Joe's show. You know what you got to do. You go to all. This is, by the way, I just want to say, this is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever worn in my entire life. So just so you guys all know, I care about you, because it's not nice. You want to do Rogan, you go to Rogan. That's the way it works. You don't get to make preconditions with the greatest show, with the most popular show in the world. Not to mention, Kamala Harris had no problem going on Call Her Daddy, a show where whores talk about being whores. She had no problem going there. She had no problem sitting down with Shannon Sharp like 3 days ago. Big fan of Shannon Sharp. So it's not about the person. Kamala Harris just didn't want to do it because she's afraid. Dana Diffendale says it gives me 80s shoulder pads. Yeah. Let's switch this bad boy down. However, some people did decide to go on the Joe Rogan Experience and talk to actual voters. One of them was J.D. Vance, who is on there right now. He's on there right now. Here he was sitting down with Joe Rogan explaining the corruption in the 2024 election.
This is where I always get pissed about the media conversation around what happened in 2020. Is what they'll do is they'll sort of find the craziest conspiracy theory about what happened in 2020. They'll debunk it and say, "Oh, look, this shows that nothing bad happened in 2020." There's a nonpartisan organization that actually looked at what would have happened to Americans' votes if they had just known the truth about the fact that Joe Biden fundamentally had traded his political influence for money. Like, that's what it was. It's an old-fashioned American corruption story. I will give you access to powerful people in exchange for money, right? That was the true scandal of the Hunter Biden laptop. Again, it wasn't Hunter Biden doing cocaine with a stripper.
That was the fun part.
You can say that. I have an election to win. So that was the real scandal.
It was the corruption.
It was the corruption. And this
evidence of the corruption.
And direct evidence of the corruption. And a nonpartisan organization said that knowledge, which was suppressed by the entire American media and big tech scene, that would have changed millions upon millions of votes. And we know that the number in 4 swing states was 88,000 votes that were the difference between Donald Trump and Joe Biden winning the 2020 election. So set to the side all of the other arguments about fraud and all the other rule changes that happened in the midst of COVID. We know that big tech colluded with our own sort of, I would say colluded. The one thing I'll say about Zuckerberg is, and I don't know him super well. I've never had a problem with him, but I do wonder if it's a convenient excuse. I don't doubt that the FBI said, hey, this is Russian disinformation, but these companies still have to take some agency over this too, right? So I think it was both the corruption of the FBI and the intelligence services, but also the big technology companies themselves. Both of them are at blame. And I think fundamentally, if they had not done what they did, Donald Trump would have won another term as president of the United States. You're never going to be able to convince me that if millions upon millions of swing voters knew the evidence of Joe Biden's corruption and it was staring them in the face, that we would not have been able to pull that one out.
And you know what the irony of the whole thing is? The irony of the entire thing is that many people, particularly those in our government, many people in the intelligence community, many people in the big tech bro world, all thought Donald Trump was just going to go away. You know what's funny about the whole thing? Is that if they just hadn't rigged the last election, you'd only have like 3 more months of Donald Trump. Instead, you're going to get a few more years. That is the funny part. Guys, before we keep rocking and rolling today, hit that thumbs up button. Share the video out all over the place. What is going on? We got big numbers today. Hope you guys are liking it. I'm liking it too. Have a happy Halloween. Also, remember, guys, and this is more for the liberals out there that are watching, because I know you're watching, maybe take it easy on the Halloween costumes this year. If somebody dresses up as Pocahontas, the real Pocahontas, not Elizabeth Warren, if somebody dresses up as a hobo or as an Indian or, whatever offensive thing, just let it go for one day. Have a little bit of fun. Laugh. Be happy. Just take one day to not be so miserable. Don't be offended by this sexy nurse. I know I certainly won't be. Hell, I'm sitting here wearing a damn garbage bag. Just have fun. Have fun, everybody. Let's keep rocking and rolling here today because, of course, there is candy stripers. There you go. I like that. My mom made me an Indian costume when I was a kid. Wore it for several years. Well, that's what they did. That's what everybody did. Have fun on Halloween. Just picked up my reflective vest from Home Depot, going out trick-or-treating, holding a garbage bag. Yes. All the garbage ones. I can't wait for the kids to come around. It's going to be good. Q1Q. Only a hyphen separates us from garbage, Kevin. That's like the 80th time you've posted that. Q1Q. And I still don't have any idea what the hell it means. I still have no idea what that means. You've posted it like 12 times, and I don't get the joke. Don't get it whatsoever. Guys, hit that thumbs up button because some of the liberal outlets out there, some of the ones I watch, are starting to realize that things are not looking too good for Kamala Harris. Here's Sagar and Jetty and Crystal Ball over on Breaking Points.
Let's get to what is going on in the world. Start with some polling here. We had a little snippet from Harry Enton over at CNN talking about how if Trump does ultimately win, many signs were there indicating that could possibly be the case. Let's take a listen to that.
A percentage of the public that thinks that the country is on the right track when the incumbent party loses. It's 25%. That 25% looks an awful bit like that 28% up there. It doesn't look anything like this 42% doesn't look anything like this 28%. So the bottom line is very few Americans think the country is on the right track at this particular point. It tracks much more with when the incumbent party loses than with it wins. In fact, I went back through history. There isn't a single time in which 28% of the American public thinks the country is going on the right track, in which the incumbent party actually won. They always lose when just 28% of the country believes that the country is on the right track. Now, we don't know if Kamala Harris is going to succeed Joe Biden, but we know back in 2008, George W. Bush, his approval rating was down in the 20s. Did a Republican succeed George W. Bush? No. How about in 1968? Lyndon Baines Johnson, his net approval rating was negative. Did a Democrat succeed Lyndon Baines Johnson? No. How about in 52? Harry S. Truman, his approval rating was in the 20s, if not the upper teens. Did a Democrat succeed Harry S. Truman in 52? My memory, no. No, as Kate Baldwin says.
Diana.
Diana. Republicans have been registering voters in big, huge numbers. They have been gaining in party registration versus the Democrats in the swing states with party registration. We're talking Arizona. I think it's a 5-point. They've expanded their lead from 5 points from where it was back in 2020. How about Nevada? Big Republican registrations there. They like the early vote. How about North Carolina? Big Republican registration gains. How about Pennsylvania? We spoke about it before a few months ago. Big Republican Party registration gains versus from where they were.
So we're definitely at the point in the election saga where there's something for everyone.
Absolutely.
If you want to look at those historical trends, it's totally legitimate. Wrong track numbers are horrific for Democrats. You've got a very unpopular Democratic incumbent. And to be honest with you, I do think if Kamala loses, as much as these, factors that we talk about in terms of their, totally losing the Arab American, Muslim American vote, turning off young voters, like running around with Liz Cheney, all of these things are going to matter, but I honestly do think that the unpopularity of Joe Biden is the biggest.
The unpopularity of Joe Biden, of course, is going to be the biggest factor. When the party in power is unpopular, the other party wins. Now, with that being said, do not get complacent. Get out and vote. Vote early. Vote often. That's a joke, just in case anybody from the intel community is watching this show. Go down to your local bar and find the drunk sitting at the end. Drag his goofy ass to the polls and then bring him back. That's how you vote more than once. If each one of you find a low propensity voter, someone in your family who does not traditionally vote, hell, I found out that I got some family members who are going to be voting for the first time this year. Both registered Democrats voting for the first time for Donald Trump. Super excited. Roxy Nicole says she's that I'm wearing her costume, except she's wearing a black MAGA hat. I couldn't find my black one, or I would be wearing it. It's somewhere around here. I think everybody is going to be wearing their MAGA hat Halloween costume. I can't wait. I tell you what, the kids that show up to the house in a MAGA hat and a garbage bag, they're getting extra candy from me. That's for damn sure. Guys, we'll be back in just a second.
The biggest benefit, honestly, has been with my skin. Skin was more hydrated, more radiant.
This is the best superfood that you could take.
It has all the essential nutrients you need for your skin, your gut, energy, focus, mood, performance.
My hair has gotten so much thicker ever since taking this.
I used to have a probiotic, a green juice that replaced it all with this Armra Colostrum. It is amazing.
You gotta take it.
If you want to try it, try armra.com.
Guys, try the superfood formula today over at tryarmra.com/LFATV. That is tryarmra.com/LFATV. Start feeling better today with the superfood formula over at Armra Colostrum. That is tryarmra.com/LFATV. So, if you needed any more proof of the utter and complete incompetence of this administration, all you got to do is look at their response to North Carolina. Because it turns out the good people of North Carolina who have decided to work 24-hour shifts trying to repair the power lines out there are not being paid by FEMA, which is traditionally what would happen. For I have a couple friends that are linesmen that work at the electric and the gas company here on Long Island, and they all got asked to go down to North Carolina and Florida and places like that. They all went down there to try to help out. Unfortunately, they are not being paid what they were promised or anything by FEMA. Check this out.
Everything that they promised us, that they said they would come through with, nothing is being paid. Well, the contract states that we would be paid next day, meaning that 14 days after our first invoice, we would start getting paid. So that means for anybody that was here from the 7th to the 13th, that should have been paid this Monday or Tuesday. We should have some type of money. We should have some type of per diem. They didn't pay it. They asked for another requirement stating, well, we need to use these codes and this has to be used. So we did that yesterday. We got that completed. We sent that in. Now they say, oh, well, from the 7th to the 13th is really such a mess. Why can't we just pay from the 13th on? And we're like, no, you're not gonna skip us on paying us for a week when we've been here for almost 8 weeks, working every single day. It's nonstop. It's anywhere from 12 to 18 hours a day. We don't shower. I mean, most of us are tired. We just want to sleep. You know, and now we're going to get the sleep that we're due, but I'm not going to allow every single person here to look in this parking lot. They came for me. They came for my name. Everyone knows that my name goes with integrity. It goes. I mean, my motto is integrity is the benchmark for success. So everybody trusted me on my word. So when they see, they think that I'm the one that's not doing it for them. So I called the news. I told everyone here to call the news. Everyone will sit there and verify that I told them to all call the news, to stand together, to put your buckets up in the air, to put up a stand, and that we will not move forward. We will not lift a finger until the money is sent to us and we can pay and take care of our families. Because our families have been waiting for 8 weeks. How many of you have missed paying your mortgage? How many of you have missed paying what you have to pay to take care of your family? But yet we're here. We still continue to work every single day. We've been working how many more extra days? 3 now? When they promised us pay, did we get a single penny? No! Has anybody got a single penny in their pocket? Some money in their families and they're going to pay their bills. No, 3 weeks, no one. Thing that I've done here. I have taken care of some of the people here and put their stuff on my credit card. I can't continue to do it. I'm not rich. I'm like everyone else here. Have I not been here every single day out there in the world working with you? Every morning. Yes. I go out to work with them just as they go to work. So it's not like I'm some rich guy that recruited all those. These people came on my word because I said I would bring the people and we would help Asheville. Most of these people came, yes, we came here for the money, but we came here to help. We came here to help. We saw the disaster and the catastrophe that happened. We're stuck in the same disaster. We saw it all over the news. So we all drove 18, 23 hours, drove straight. No one slept. We didn't get a sleep. And then immediately when we got here, you know what we did? We went to work. We didn't sleep. We went directly to work because that's just what we do. What do we do as linemen? Work. We work. Get to it. We work. We don't rain, sleep, here we're like your news post office guys. You know, we do it all. Just like you, just like the post office. We represent our country. We're here for the people of our country. We're here to help take care of them, to activate them, to get them their services. We did not complain. We haven't done nothing. And we haven't had to pay.
That's the first responders. No shame.
So they're stating that they need this, so we gave them what they needed. Now they're stating that it was a mess for the first week, but we're like, it's not our fault. You did not give us a requirement list of what you needed from us until about a couple of days into that week. But now you don't want to pay us for that week. But we're going to get paid. We have to get paid. Their families need to eat. Our families need to eat. We are suffering alongside the people of this city that cannot shower, that cannot cook with water. And we're okay doing it for the people. But we've also done it for an additional 4 days now with the promise of getting paid sometime this week. That was supposed to happen Tuesday. Here we are again, another excuse. Now saying that we're not going to get paid for this week, but they'll pay us from the 13th on. Meaning they're going to take an entire check. You know what that means? When you add up 500 crews, you're talking millions of dollars. That's what they're capable. But what I don't understand is if the per diem is a government-funded thing by FEMA, why can't you at least release the FEMA money so that we can cover our housing and our meals? How many of you guys are hungry? How many of you are sick of not being able to sleep in the house? We want to be we're here. So what do? We just pick up and leave, pack our stuff. What happens, for those of you that have been doing Storm as long as me, what happens if we pick up and leave tomorrow?
Got to go home.
We're not going to get paid. That's what happens. That's how the contracts work. So if we all picked up and went home, what's going to happen? We're not going to get paid. So you're going to see a lot of linemen sleeping in parking lots until they start paying us. We're not moving. We're not lifting a finger. We're not moving anything so we can take care of our family.
There we go. We took care of their people. They should take care of us.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And that's the story that needs to be told. Linemen from all over the country went down to Asheville, North Carolina to help out with the promise that they'd be paid by FEMA. And now the federal government's not paying them. And if they leave, they don't get paid. So they're going to be sleeping on the street in the cold-ass North Carolina winter until they're paid. The government ineptitude is absolutely out of control. Government ineptitude is just pay these guys. They got called upon and they showed up. And there's only so many people out there that can do what they do, to be clear. There's only so many people that can do it. We can send all the hurricane supplies we want. Unfortunately, if there's no electricity, if there's no gas, they're going to be in some serious, serious trouble. Guys, before we keep rocking and rolling today, hit that thumbs up button. Share the video out all over the place. Let's pop that live chat up on the screen. Apparently, I was reading from the wrong live chat yesterday. Apparently, I was reading for that. I guess that's why the damn thing wasn't moving. I guess that's why it wasn't moving. So, Bad Moon, what is happening? Nancy, how are you? Braun, how are you? Frank, AC Knight, how are we doing? Julie Jane, what's happening? Chris Caulfield, guys, make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button. Let me know what you all think of my costume today. I want you to know this is one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever worn in my life, so I'm doing it all for you. Our government hates us, and we need to hate them back even more. You got that right. Shout out to the McGroin crew. Tear that bag off. You want me to... There you go. Look at that. And we're done. And we're done. We're back to being comfortable again because that is what is necessary. That's what's necessary. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. Share the video out. Let's keep moving and grooving. So, I've got some good news. It turns out, good news for Governor Kathy Hochul. Good news for Governor Kathy Hochul. She is no longer the stupidest governor in America. She's no longer the stupidest governor in America because that title, that mantle, has now been taken over by New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, who for some reason in the video I'm going to show you looks like he got put into a microwave. Before we get to that, guys, head on over to lfatv.us. That's lfatv.us. That's your home base, your mothership for all things LFA TV related. Check out the LFA TV shop. That is the best way to support this network. And while you're there, guys, consider becoming a monthly donor over to lfatv.us. It's lfatv.us. Check that out today. So, Governor Phil Murphy, who is a former senior partner at Goldman Sachs, went on CNBC and was asked a very obvious question. I don't watch CNBC. I'm not a finance guy. But he got asked fairly direct questions from the host over there. And he, for 6 minutes, couldn't answer a single question. He got some of them. Couldn't answer a single question. Governor Murphy, you are a dumbass.
You like Kamala Harris, not just against. So what are, let me ask you, do you believe we should abolish the filibuster? And you can answer after I do it. How about getting rid of private insurance? How about taxing unrealized gains? How about nationalizing energy? How about mandatory gun buybacks like Australia? How about decriminalizing illegal crossings, ending cash bail, child gender reassignment surgery being paid for in prison. I mean, what are your raising the corporate tax rate? What are your favorite proposals from Kamala Harris that make you like her so much? Which of
Joe,
those?
for a Jersey guy, you sound like you're on the Trump campaign. For crying out loud! Come on, man.
Okay, well, which of those
you're
do you
cherry
like?
picking stuff.
Which of those do you like? Which of those do you like? Which of those are you in? Are you in favor of ending the filibuster? We'll go one by one.
Yeah.
Are you?
It is. I'm not sure on the filibuster, honestly, but I think getting
so you're not
fair
going to talk about any specifics of what's that?
I said I think fair tax policy is
what does that
sensible.
mean? Fair. What does that mean? Fair.
Fair means you pay. You pay what you should pay.
Well, you know I live in your state, Governor. Do you think if I pay 55% total, is that fair for me, or do I need to pay 80%? What would be fair for you? Because I live in your state.
I know, Joe. I said that up front. Believe me, I know you do. But you sound like you're on the Trump campaign.
No,
I don't know what the right number is, but
go ahead, Andrew.
Well, no, I was going to say what I think is
what is
potentially unfair. Is I think that there's a number of things. There are a number of issues that were embedded in those questions of the governor just now.
He didn't answer a single one about what he's in favor of.
Well, but I think there were a number of those things that she's not in favor of. And that's
Joe,
the
hold
point.
on a second.
She's on the record on every one of these things.
Governor?
Andrew.
Many years ago.
Governor?
Guys, hold on a second. We passed a millionaire's tax 5 years ago. Everybody, Joe, including you, said it would drive people out of New Jersey.
New Jersey has the third highest export rate of any state in the country, behind only California and New York.
We have more millionaires today than we've ever had in our history. So tax fairness isn't necessarily a bad thing.
We have a very progressive tax system. Do you think we have a progressive tax system in the United States? Do you think it's not progressive enough, or are you talking about billionaires? I'm not sure because you know how much the 1% does pay the lion's share of taxes, of federal taxes. So what does fair mean?
Color me open-minded. How's that?
I'm sorry?
I'm open-minded. I've obviously voted with my feet. We have a millionaire's tax in New Jersey.
Would you tax unrealized gain?
We're not a low-cost state to live in, but we give you an enormous amount back for what you pay.
Are you
We're
in
the
favor
number
of
one state in
taxing
America to
unrealized
raise a
gain?
family.
But she has not made that
I'm not
argument.
wild.
She's made
I'm
the
not
argument.
wild
She
about
says
that.
she doesn't want to. Go ahead, Governor.
No, I'm saying I'm not wild about on unrealized gains. But I'm
What are you wild
open-minded.
about? What are you wild about? Not Trump?
Here's what I'm wild about. I'm wild about a democracy that works. I'm wild about the rich history of our country continuing for the future. I'm wild about opponents having a voice and having a seat at the table, as opposed to being thrown in jail or hunted down by our military. That's what I'm wild about.
But we might throw Trump in jail. The Justice Department was not weaponized under Trump. It's been weaponized under the current administration, right?
I mean, Joe, come on. You got to be kidding me.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't
You gotta be
seen
kidding me.
Trump. I haven't seen Trump throw anyone in jail, but I have seen a lot of lawfare against Trump.
There's no rational viewer right now watching this discussion that thinks that Harris is the authoritarian threat versus Trump. There's no one who's reasonable who comes down in that conclusion. How could you?
You just look around. I mean, you want me to go over the 5 cases that we're talking about? Alvin Bragg, you want me to? Those were all misdemeanors trumped up to felonies after the statute of limitations. You don't think that's lawfare?
Alvin Bragg doesn't work for Kamala Harris, and you and I both know that.
Okay, I'm talking about if either candidate is in danger of using the Justice Department to punish his enemies. What we've seen recently is not from Trump doing it. It's from, I mean, you might. Is there some reason you think that's going to happen with him? It's his rhetoric.
Joe, I'm having a hard time believing we're having this conversation. Are you kidding me? Did you see what happened on Sunday in Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, what happened in Madison Square Garden, Phil? First off, Phil Murphy, just objectively speaking, you look like shit. You look like absolute dog shit. Like, just, you got enough money, man. Just, get worked up or something. I don't know. It's not that challenging, Phil. It's not that challenging. But can't answer a single question. And the host on CNBC actually has the balls to go, so what do you like about her? That she's not Trump? Gives her like 12 policy proposals. That clip kept going with, of course, Andrew Ross Sorkin, the biggest hack in the media, coming to the defense of Kamala Harris. Andrew Ross Sorkin, who, of course, is most notable for having Elon Musk tell him to go F himself. But Phil Murphy can't answer a single question. Well, I'm going to show you 2 clips in a minute that I would love to get Phil Murphy's response on, but I doubt we are going to get it. Before we get to that, guys, head on over to loudmajorityusa.com. That's loudmajorityusa.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Check out our shop as we are rocking and we are rolling here today. Over 300 rumbles. I'm liking it a lot. Guys, you can all use promo code LFA to get 20% off everything on the website. That's promo code LFA to get 20% off everything on the website. That's the best way to support this show and everything we've got going on right here. Right here. So we always appreciate the support so much. Speaking of Phil Murphy and New Jersey, we're going to have a lot of stuff going on over the course of 2025 in the Garden State. So make sure you get your Easy Pass because you're going to need it, because you know that they call it the Garden State because they grow smokestacks and toll booths, which of course is a famous George Carlin joke. We got a lot going on in the state of New Jersey. Going to be some good stuff. Now, as we close out the show today, this is going to be the part of the show that I want you to show your friends. Because, look, it's not going to be easy to listen to, but we haven't done this in a while because there's been so much news to get to. But let's get to the who did an illegal immigrant rape and murder today? Here is a story that is going to aggressively shock you. Here's the story of a gang of teenage illegal immigrants who decided they were going to rape a 4-year-old.
Canada police are telling us that a 17-year-old undocumented teenager could have been involved in a rape and a child pornography case. In fact, they are thinking cases, multiple boys at a mobile home park off of Airline Highway. Andres Fuentes joins us now with the latest on this investigation. Andres, they're thinking it's definitely more than one child?
Right, Lucy. So far, Canada Police says that Luis Rayan Bonilla Alfaro confessed to inappropriately touching and filming 2 boys with a 3rd child that police have yet to identify. Police say that they got a call around 7 o'clock last night that Bonilla Alfaro was molesting children at the Airline Oaks trailer park. He was arrested and then admitted to doing the crimes against a 4-year-old boy and a 7-year-old boy. After that confession, police got a warrant for his phone, and they found multiple photos and videos of Bonilla Alfaro and those 2 juveniles, as well as that yet-to-be-identified child. Canada Police say that they anticipate more victims coming forward and telling their stories.
I feel there's more victims out there, and once this picture gets circulated around through our partners in the media, I think that we'll get a lot more information and probably give a little closure to some of these families.
Now, Canada Police say that they confirmed Bonilla Alfaro entered the country illegally through Honduras, although they don't know exactly when he arrived here to the United States. He is on an ICE detainer right now while the investigation continues. Now, Canada Police say that bilingual officers and 911 operators are on staff right now in case any other victims or their families would like to come forward.
And just in case you thought that wasn't bad enough of illegal immigrants filming children in inappropriate ways, here's one from Florida. Look, and I don't normally do this. I don't normally give you a warning. But this one's going to be hard to listen to. Florida sheriff deputies stopped an active rape in progress. Naturally, the assailant is an illegal immigrant. Just a fair warning, guys. This ain't going to be easy to listen to.
Hey,
He's trying to rape me. Can you help
get off her now.
Help me.
Get off her now.
Give us the channel. Thank God. Thank you.
Don't you f***ing move. Don't you f***ing move.
Come here, dear.
Thank you.
Come here. You good? 21 says to clear the channel.
Thank you, Lord.
We're good. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. We're here.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
We got a male security.
He's trying to rape me.
Copy of Florida tag, please.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
And when you watch the video, if you're a father, if you're a grandfather, if you're a brother, and you hear those screams coming from our victim, it makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Okay, we're here now, okay? Hey, we're here. We're here. We're here. We're here. Just catch your breath. He's got him. He's got him. He's got him.
The victim in this case said she had known her assailant, that they had gone into the fernery to drink a couple drinks, alcoholic beverages, and that's all it was supposed to be. However, during this outing, he did a line of cocaine, and she said he did a 180, and he became extremely violent and wouldn't let her go and tried to rape her. The video, again, speaks for itself. The suspect in this case is Luis Hernandez Mañeo, 27-year-old male who's in this country illegally, who the day before the incident applied for asylum. He's now sitting in our jail with 3 felony counts against him, and the Border Patrol has lodged a detainer against him. I am so proud, number one, of our victim for having the wherewithal and keep her wits as they're able to get that information to our communications folks for being able to decipher what was going on and use technology to put us, the deputies, in the general area of where she was. And then obviously you can see the deputy's response in taking this scumbag into custody.
They should have just shot him in the fucking face. Just right there. Just blow his head off. Trump's going to deputize the military. If it means we get to shoot people like that, feel free. Feel free. Guys, have a happy Halloween. Everybody go have some fun. Go dress funny, get drunk, have a good time, dance, sing, be merry. We'll be back live tomorrow. Ryan Mott is coming up next. Until then, everybody, stay loud.